Hi everybody, today we're in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, visiting Bartram Gardens. Right now we're on the Bartram's Mile Trail, which offers beautiful views of the city. We're going to check out the gardens here and show you what this place is all about. It's free to visit Bartram Gardens. There's parking here. This is actually a Philadelphia City Park, so there's no admission charge. So here at Bartram Gardens, the goal is to preserve the 18th century home and the botanical gardens that were started by the Bartram family. Now, if you've never heard of the Bartram family before, they were America's family of naturalists and botanists. John Bartram moved to this area in 1728 and began his botanical garden. He would make expeditions to get plants. He traveled to Canada, to Florida, the Ohio River. He would ship different plants and seedlings back to Europe.
It smells good.
We're here in October and many of the gardens are in bloom. It's definitely a lovely time of year to visit. There's so much to see in the actual garden area. A really interesting fact I learned about John Bartram is that he didn't have any formal education. He was a self-taught botanist, and he introduced his sons into the world of botany as well. So John Bartram's sons, William and John, eventually took over maintaining the garden, doing botanical illustrations, and encouraging other botanists and naturalists. At one point in time, John and William, the sons, they actually transformed Bartram Gardens into a commercial nursery, and people like George Washington and Thomas Jefferson ordered plants that they were selling. So two other important key players here are Andrew Eastwick and then City Councilman Thomas Meehan. So with their vision, the house, the gardens, everything was preserved. And in 1891, the City Councilman Thomas Meehan had the city acquire Bartram Gardens from the Eastwick family, and it became a public park, and it's been this way ever since. So there's 14 acres of botanic gardens here. There's a 17-acre hillside meadow, and then, like I mentioned before, there's the Bartram's 1 Mile Trail here as well. The stone historic buildings on this site are really well preserved. If you look closely, there's a lot of interesting carvings and unique stonework in the building here that we thought was really cool. There's definitely plenty of space here to explore and plenty of things to look at. When you first come in, you can go in the Welcome Center, and they've got some binoculars you can borrow. They also hold some different programs throughout the year there, so that's something you want to check out when you visit. As you walk among Bartram Gardens, there's a lot of very old-looking trees, just really huge trees, ones that you don't often see them get this big. So as you explore the trails closer to the Schuylkill River, the trails turned into a boardwalk trail to help you keep your feet dry, so that was really nice. So the Schuylkill River runs along the edge of Bartram Gardens, and a really cool thing about this river is that it's tidal, so the direction of the flow of the river reverses every 6 hours, and the water level here can fluctuate between 5 and 7 feet, so there's a lot of wetland, there's a lot of mud flats. The river, the brochure said there was about 40 species of fish here: channel catfish, perch, carp, bluegill, American eel out in this river. So there's a lot of unique tree species in the garden. I've always been curious to see what a pawpaw tree looks like, so we went up to the fruit orchard to find the pawpaw tree. In addition to the pawpaw tree, they also have this unique medlar tree. They had persimmon trees, a whole variety of unique things that you just don't see many places. So another unique thing that they have here at Bartram Gardens is this community farm. It's a 3.5 acre crop farm here, and it was really neat to look out and see all the things they're growing and see their setup. Now we've made our way onto the Bartram's Mile Trail. This is a paved trail. One of the nice things about this is there's 3 different river overlooks, so we're going to show you those. They offer great views. The viewing platforms of the Schuylkill River are awesome. We saw a lot of people fishing here, so it looks like it would be a good area to fish. The one thing I will warn you is there's a lot of background noise. There was like a scrap metal recycling plant on the other side, so you do hear the noise of construction vehicles, but you're in the city, and the city tends to be noisier than just being out in the forest somewhere. So that's to be expected here. We really liked Bartram Gardens. The botanical gardens were really cool to see, the historic buildings. This trail down by the Schuylkill River was fantastic. So we highly recommend if you're in Philadelphia that you check out these beautiful gardens and this awesome park. Thanks for watching.